Hello, Pisces, and welcome to your reading for April 2025, or whenever this video finds you. I trust that there's no such thing as a coincidence. You are going to receive this message exactly when you're meant to. And I just want to share as we get started here that as I was tuning into the energy of all of the signs for this month, what I was really picking up on is a strong energy around our environment. So if you are someone like myself who feels comfortable with smudging, I like to use things like sage and Palo Santo and even Florida water. I would highly recommend that you smudge your home this month. Personally, I've gotten to the point where I'm smudging my home at least once a week. Or I shoot for once a week. And if that doesn't resonate with you, then a good spring cleaning might be in order. In shamanism in Peru, we say that hucha, dark, dense, heavy energy, it hides in places. It hides in clutter. It hides under, behind, and around furniture. And it accumulates and leaches off of different items in our home. So this could be a good opportunity for you throughout the month of April to be doing a purge, looking through your household items and purging items that you no longer use, purging items you maybe have duplicates of, or items that just give you bad energy. Like, let's say, for example, you have an item that was a gift from someone that you no longer communicate with. And every time you look at that item, it makes you feel ick. That might be a good indicator that it is time to get rid of that item because that energy is leaching into your home. With that being said, I'm going to start us off with a little bit of Palo Santo today. Trust that even if you're not here in the presence of the Palo Santo, even if you can't smell it, even if you are not present to the smoke, that does not matter because it's the spirit of the Palo Santo tree that is going to raise your energy and raise the energy of your environment. And you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes you walk into your bedroom and you're like, oh, because it's just like, not tidy and there's too much to do and not enough time, and it just, the energy of it feels thick, right? And then there's other times where you walk into your home and it's like, I just got home from a trip and I made sure it was perfectly tidy before I left, so when I got home it was so clean and it smelled so good, and as soon as I walked in the door I was like, it felt so light. It felt so light. So what does the energy of your environment feel like right now? And is there an opportunity for you to be considering maybe doing a purge of some items, maybe doing a spring cleaning, maybe rearranging some furniture, maybe reorganizing or something, whatever resonates with you? This energy is going to hit each of us differently, right? Now, I will jump into the reading in a moment here. I'll get started by using the Intuitive Life Coaching Oracle deck. This is by Kelly Smith. I call this my top love deck because it does exactly that. It calls us on our shit. Only when it's to be said, but it does. I also call it my OG deck because it's the one that I've used the longest and I have the most feedback from. And then at the very end, if you'll be joining me for the extended reading, I will also pull some cards from Unshakable Inner Peace. I mean, there's some serious energies at play. So it's a good idea to learn, what is it that's going to help us cultivate some peace throughout the month if chaos does ensue. And then we've got the Romance Oracle by Doreen Virtue. So if you're here for love, or even if you're not, you can focus in on a relationship, a platonic relationship, or even your relationship with yourself. And then we'll finish off with the Animal Spirit Oracle as well. But like I said, we'll get started here with the Intuitive Life Coaching Oracle. If you're new here, I'm Jenny. I'm a shamanic healer, and I've been a women's coach for over 10 years. And I do these oracle videos at least once a month. And I also have some guided meditations here on my channel. And for those of you who are here for health and fitness, there's some stuff that might interest you as well. Some of it's quite old, but there's some new stuff coming. So let's see, what is the primary energy for the Pisces collective? Pisces, what's coming through for you for the month ahead? I feel like a lot of you are just itching, just itching. We closed your season out. We're into the Aries season now, and you're just itching for something new here. So let's see, what does the Pisces collective need to know most about the month ahead? Okay, and I'm getting all the habits. All right, Pisces, what did I say? This is my tough love deck. It's my tough love deck. It calls us on our shit sometimes. What you doing? What you doing? What is this old habit, Pisces? What is your current flavor of self-sabotage? Because that is what this card is all about. Old habits are self-sabotage. Like, you shouldn't be doing this, but you're doing it anyway. Or that you're meant to do this, but you're avoiding it or you're procrastinating on it. And hey, you know, we're not all that different. I'm a Virgo. We're across from each other, but we have a lot of similarities too, right? And I got this. I got this. I got hit with a hard dose of reality the other night where I received a message from the cards that said, stop procrastinating. Stop procrastinating. And I was like, oh my gosh. So right. It's so right. So what is this old habit? It's going to show up differently for each and every one of you, Pisces, but you know best what this means for you. So old habits typically that fall under the category of coping mechanisms or self-sabotage. So coping mechanisms, let's talk about that for just a second, okay? Coping mechanisms, those typically start with the letter S. So you've got substances, food, drugs, alcohol. Which one of those things are you resonating with? We've got screens. That's my current flavor of self-sabotage because I gave up the binge eating, I gave up alcohol, I gave up any other substances. So the only thing left for me to use as a vice is a screen. So I tend to numb out on my screen when I'm numbing out. You've also got shopping and sex. What do all four of these things have in common? They all create an instant dopamine hit, but then afterwards we feel like crap. So it's like it makes us feel good in the moment. Self-sabotage, let's talk about that for a second. You've got procrastination, you've got avoidance, you've got perfectionism paralysis. You know, like I can't do it until I know all the things, or I can't take any action until it's perfect, or I can't launch it until it's perfect. All of these things do one thing and one thing only. They keep us stuck. They keep us stuck. So the only thing standing in your way is you, which is a good thing because the only thing that you can control is yourself. So what is this old habit? Step one, identify it. And step two, take action anyway. Take action anyway. When it comes to the coping mechanisms, okay, well, stop for a second and just take a little bit of action. It doesn't have to be all day. Doesn't have to be all day. Just, you know, anyone can do anything for 15 or 90 minutes. I say that a lot to my clients. You can do anything for 15 or 90 minutes. I'm getting also time to lighten up. You might be taking life a little bit too seriously. Again, okay? Don't shoot the messenger. Lighten up a little. Bring some laughter, bring some joy, bring some play. Laughter, joy, play. Can you get outside and jump on a trampoline? Can you go for a walk with a child and stop and look at rocks? Can you go to a comedy show and laugh your booty off? I'll come with you. I'll come with you. I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to go laugh. Laughter is the best medicine. Laughter is the best medicine. So I feel like for some of you, this old habits card, you're being really hard on yourself. And that's why time to lighten up is coming through. You're being really hard on yourself. You know that this old habit is keeping you stuck. You don't want to be stuck, but you almost feel like you're like the habit is controlling you, not you are controlling the habit, but we are in control. We are, not our ego, not our monkey brain. It's us. We choose. We choose. We do. We do. I know it feels like we're not. When it comes to these coping mechanisms and numbing out, it feels like we're not choosing to. I had to do this morning. I was numbing out on my phone this morning. And I was like, oh my God, what am I doing? I'm just procrastinating. Like, I know what I need to do today. Why am I on my phone? I was on my phone for like an hour and 10 minutes. Like, I can't get that hour and 10 minutes back. It's gone now. And I'm not exaggerating when I say at least 4 or 5 times throughout that time, I thought I should get off the phone. I should put my phone down and go do this. I should do that. I should do that. Now, I always say don't shit on yourself, right? Because we can definitely be hard on ourselves when we say, oh, I should do this, I should do that. But that was my intuition speaking to me loud and clear. And when we use discernment, we can tell when, you know, it's just egoic to say, oh, I should be doing this or I should be doing that versus my actual soul, my higher self, my spirit saying, Jenny, get off the damn phone. Get off the damn phone. So use discernment and it's going to help you to lighten up. Okay. You're getting spiritual gifts here as well. You're getting spiritual gifts. So you are developing and fine tuning your gifts. Your gifts are evolving right now. Okay. And you know, the most amount of resistance comes right before a huge up leveling. The most amount of resistance comes right before a huge up leveling. So if you've been feeling like these old habits have a grip on you like they've never had before, and you might even be thinking like, I've already been through this, like I've come so far, I didn't come so far to only come so far, right? That's a pretty good indicator that there's a big shift right around the corner. I'm thinking about the Pisces that I know in my life, and I'm like, oh, it's hard, right? It's hard when we know that we're the only thing standing in our way, but it feels like we're helpless. Like it does feel like we're not in control when we're numbing out, when self-sabotage sets in. It's like, I'm not the one doing that. I wouldn't hold myself back like that, but we are. We are. At the end of the day, we are. So, how can you hold yourself accountable? It's going to be different for each and every one of us, right? I'm a big fan of technology. I'm Mercury ruled, so I really like technology. So, I put reminders in my phone. I put reminders in my phone all the time. And when social media is like over the top, because I do so much of my business on social media, I've got groups on social media. All my clients are on social media. I have to spend time on social media. Right now I have 28 messages sitting in my inbox. I'm like, I got to get to them. So what I'll do is I'll time block so that I'm not numbing out of my phone. So rather than just picking up my phone and like going back and forth between scrolling and messages, and maybe taking a couple hours to get through a few of those messages, I will time block 90 minutes to clear my messages. And whenever I do that, I get through them like that. And then I don't have 28 freaking messages waiting for me. That feels like weight on my shoulders. You know what I mean? So, what can you utilize to break through this resistance? What can you utilize? Is it technology? Do you like pen and paper? Maybe you need to make a list. Don't make your to-do list too long, though. That one can be a double-edged sword. Sometimes it can be helpful and sometimes it can be hurtful. Is there a friend you can check in with? Are there groups on Facebook? You can join my group, Sacred Self Empowered. If you're looking for some accountability, make a post in there and share. Like, I am struggling. I can't get out of my own damn way. I bet you, I am willing to bet you there would be people who would be happy to help hold you accountable because they're in the exact same boat, right? So many of us struggle with this. Is there anything else that will help the Pisces collective to move through this resistance and self-sabotage in the month ahead, please? What does the approval card tell us? The approval card tells us that once you approve of yourself, others will too. So these old habits, this self-sabotage, it's all about like you coming to accept yourself wholly for who you truly are, not who you are with these old habits, okay? But who you truly are, because you are not the habit. You are not the self-sabotage. Like, I am not the person, I am not the kind of woman who numbs out on my phone for hours a day. I'm just not. That's not who I am. Do I do that sometimes? Yes, I do that sometimes. But is that who I truly am? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. When you approve of yourself wholly and fully, and maybe you might want to do some mirror work. This can be really challenging for some, especially for those of us who are women. But when you approve of yourself, others will too. I know that a lot of us are seeking the external validation. And I'm sure that you've had it. I'm sure that people are validating you, here and there, left, right, and center, whatever. But this isn't about that. This is about you. This is about you approving of you, you looking at yourself the same way that you would look at your perfect baby child. For those of us who are parents, this is going to be easy for us to resonate with. If you're not a parent, think of like a little one in your life that you love, a niece, a nephew, a grandchild, a friend's child, like if you're an auntie or an uncle, whatever. But if you're a parent, this will be easy for you to resonate with. Like, think of looking at that perfect baby, and let's say your child came up to you and said like, oh, I don't like my nose, or I'm too chubby, or I'm dumb, or whatever it is, you would be like, are you flipping kidding me? You are the most perfect thing that has ever walked this universe, ever, 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 ever. And you better know that. And you better walk around feeling that, knowing that, trusting that, living that. Of course you would hype that little child up. Of course you would, because you see them for how perfectly divine they are, but can you see yourself for how perfectly divine you are? That will be your homework this month, should you choose to accept it. Let's see what else is there. Are there any other messages here for the Pisces collective for the month ahead, please? What will help the Pisces collective to align with their highest, most aligned path, purpose, timeline, and destiny, please? Karma. All right, well, there's something going on here that might just feel like a little tense. There might be something here that feels like unfair, unjust this month. And if you experience this, know that there's nothing that you need to do, okay? You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. The universe is going to take care of it, okay? Karma will play out no matter what. It is not your job to make sure that karma plays out. It's not your job to do that. That is up to the universe. And I'm sorry, but we are not the whole entire universe. We are nothing and everything all at once, but we ain't it. So don't worry about who's ever wronged you, whoever it is that is getting under your skin this month. Do not worry about it, because karma is going to play out. All you have to do in this situation is show up as your best. Because if you're not showing up as your best, well, maybe karma is going to come after you, right? You don't want karma to have to come after you. You just want to put out there what you want back to you, right? So don't worry about trying to level the playing field. I want to get a little bit more clarification on this. We'll do one more, okay? We'll do one more before we jump into the extended reading. Let me know in the comments if you're resonating with this already, okay? So what's this self-sabotage you got going on? Can you see how you're taking life a little bit too seriously? Could you see how laughter could be your best medicine this month? Can you see how once you approve of yourself, others will as well? Your spiritual gifts are definitely opening, and there might be a little something here with karma. Let me know in the comments if you're resonating with that. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing to the channel. You'll see that I do these videos at least once a month. I also have some guided meditations here on my channel. And for those of you who are here for fitness, nutrition, and really learning to love your body, I've got some stuff for you as well. And then if you are looking to join me for the extended reading, you can find the link to join down below in the description box, along with the link to all of these oracle decks. All right, we're getting core values, okay? So I'm asking for clarification on this karma card, and what we're getting is core values. So something tells me that you want to be the one to level out the playing field here. You want to be the one to make the karma play out, but it's not your job, okay? What are your core values? What are your core values that you want to show up in alignment with your best self? You want to treat others how they wish to be treated, or how you wish to be treated. You don't ever want to feel like, you've got that guilt and that shame for the way that you showed up. Those are part of your core values, right? Listen to your heart, connect in with your heart, follow your heart, and make your core values a priority right now. Maybe your core values are around, prioritizing family, prioritizing self-care, making sure that everyone in your household is fed and nourished and comforted. Well, make your core values a priority right now. And then karma's going to take care of itself. You don't have to worry about that, okay? We will dive into this a little bit deeper in the extended reading, so I do hope to see you over there. Thank you so much for being here, Pisces, and I hope you loved this reading this month. I'll see you on the next one.